before. All right, here we are. I hope everybody had a great weekend. I'm so glad that you guys are here with us to hear a little bit more about making an income and impact for your family. Tonight, you're going to hear how moms are reigniting their passions and building an income for their households. Let's see if I can get this thing to move. There we go. Tonight, you are going to learn the power of our functional plant powders. Maybe you've heard about that before, maybe you haven't, but you're going to learn a little bit more. You're going to hear testimonials from mamas who are spreading this mission of healthier living, and you're going to understand that we are working from a tried and true business model that promotes success, and discover the benefits of joining now and potentially rediscovering some passions that you may have. I know for me, when I started this business with the Juice Plus company, almost 6 years ago, I was a volleyball coach. I still am, but I was like a full-time volleyball coach. I had a 2.5-year-old and I was 6 months pregnant. And, I was coming from a mindset of I was a former high school, college, and professional athlete. And volleyball was like my love. I loved it so much and I loved teaching. And so coaching is what I fell into. And as much as I loved it, I didn't realize that there was anything else out there for me. And I think that's what I'm really excited to share tonight is you might be in a similar situation where you're thinking, I don't know what else I can do to make more money or make more of an impact. And tonight, I hope that you're able to hear from Courtney and Michelle and feel like, oh, I can do this. Like this might be something I can do, or it sparks something for you. That's our prayer for tonight. So let's get into what Juice Plus is, because you might be on this call. Maybe you follow some of us on social media, and so you have an idea or you've had conversations with us, but also maybe you've never heard of this before. So what is Juice Plus? It is 30 vine ripened fruits and vegetables and berries that have been pulverized and freeze-dried into powders that are then put into capsules and chewables to help bridge the gap in our nutrition. And so you can see the little cutie on the top, that's one of the girls that we work with, one of the mamas we work with, that is her daughter holding the chewables in her hand. Most kids love these and they literally think they're like candy, which I'm like, go for it. Like eat it all up. You need all the fruits and vegetables. The thing that I think is really awesome, like for our families, is that peace of mind and knowing that it is NSF certified, which means that there's an outside party who tests the purity of the product, and they test it multiple times through the process that it goes through to make these products, which actually kind of makes it safer than organic. I know a lot of people ask me, like, why is it not certified like organic? NSF certification is like supreme. So I know for me and my family, that helps us feel very safe with what we're putting in our body. The other thing is that it's the most researched nutritional product in the world. That's pretty insane to say. Oh, I just heard something. Okay, hopefully we're good. And so knowing that there's all of this research that backs up that what we're putting in our body is literally like making our cells better. It's helping our heart, it's helping our lungs, it's helping our skin, our hair, our nails, like all these things. And we know that, right? Because we know that that's what plants do. And with Juice Plus, we're getting this variety of 30 different plants in our body every single day. It's safe, it's affordable, and it's absolutely necessary in a world that is facing so much illness and disease. All of us, we empower one another to not only utilize the Juice Plus products, but also to grow our own food with the Tower Gardens. That is my daughter with little whiskers, if you can see it, because she was going to school. She has little whiskers on her face and she's cutting cilantro off of our Tower Garden. We have 2 Tower Gardens at in our backyard that we grow with, and we grow all different things. For sure, all the lettuces and herbs, but we also do like tomatoes and zucchini and peppers and strawberries. And to grow your own food is just like, you just don't know until you do it, right? So all in all, we are focused on helping people eat more plants and just live healthier lives. The business model, this is what we're going to talk about a lot tonight, what Michelle and Courtney are going to share about, it is a very unique hybrid business model that allows for direct sales while providing the ability to build a team. And I know that for some people, you don't want to build a team. Like for some people, you're like, I think these products are great and I want to share them with people. And I think it's great that you have both of those options. For me and for a lot of us who were former athletes, we're like, I miss being on a team. I love having a team of people to work with, like in this common goal of doing good. And I love building team that wants to do this with me. And so it's cool that we have both of those. There's no quotas or minimums. So you don't like if you jumped in today, you don't have to feel like, oh my gosh, I have to do this. There's no quotas or minimums. You really do this at your own pace. You have the freedom to build this business in a way that works with the different seasons of life. And I know you're going to hear a lot about that from Courtney tonight. We have an amazing corporate office that supports us in building our business also. And at the upper leadership positions, we have a full benefits package, which is pretty amazing. Because I know that there's not a lot of, I don't know that there's any network marketing companies out there that have a full benefits package. And so that's a really awesome part that our business has with us. So I'm going to go ahead and take us off of screen share, and I'm going to turn it over to Michelle Fletcher for her to share a little bit about her story with getting started with our company.
Thank you, Brittany. Hi, guys. Excited to be here. So this month actually marks 13 years of me being a part of the Juice Plus company. And I will say all the things that Brittany said are so true. I have 2 children. And when I started this business, they were 14 months old, and the other one was 3 years old. And they were really the reason I took a look at Juice Plus. I don't know if I would have paid as much attention if it was just for me, but when it's for your children, you just want to do the best for them, right? And I was going to a holistic pediatrician. He actually had Juice Plus like advertised in every room. I didn't know what it was until I met another mom. As I was leaving the gym, I met another mom and we started talking. Our kids started playing and she mentioned it. And I was just like, what is that stuff? I had seen it for 3 years because I had been going to that holistic pediatrician for 3 years. And that was the day I learned more about that concentrated nutrition that I knew my 1-year-old so desperately needed. And so I said yes. Like I decided to do a lot of research. I was watching the videos, getting all the information. And the more I learned, the more I was like, oh my gosh, how did I not know about this? I was always health conscious, very much into fitness and doing all the things, but I was lacking that nutrition component. And so Juice Plus really opened my eyes to, wow, like this is an easy way for you and your family to get in so many more nutrients that you probably would in a day. So I said yes, not only to taking the products, but also to the business at the same time. I was like, absolutely, because I don't know if you're like me, when you hear about something really good, you share it. And I was doing that before I even got started. When I started to learn about what Juice Plus was, I was asking friends and family, like, have you heard of this? Like, because I think I was in more disbelief that I hadn't heard of it. I was like the person that thought I knew all the things about health and wellness. And so I started telling people about it and they were just like, you know what? I know I don't eat nearly enough. If you get started, I want to get on, I want to get some of that. So that's how it started.
Trying to make more money too. Like I basically am involved in this.
Is someone talking? Okay. So
yeah, somebody was. I just muted. That's okay.
Okay. No worries. So that was how I started. Like I was sharing Juice Plus because I just started to learn of how powerful it was. When I heard there was research behind it, blew my mind because I grew up taking a vitamin. And that's when I learned that vitamins don't have research most of the time and that vitamins are not regulated. So anyway, all of that to say, back then, I was at home with 2 little ones. I previously worked in corporate. So I had been in corporate for over 10 years, and now I was home with 2 young children. And I was looking for a way to earn some extra money while I was at home and no longer bringing in the income I was before. And so it was like, oh, this is great. This can be some pocket money for me, like while I'm home with the kids. And I had no idea it was going to turn into what it has turned into. Like it really has been a vehicle that has helped me to be at home, but yet bring in income to help with our family's finances for 13 years now. Like I have not had to go back into the workplace for that time because of this business. It has been like a safety net for us and bringing in additional income to where I could have this. And I'm not saying it replaced my income before, it did not, but it was something that helped in our household, and it still continues to be that. And so not only has the income been really good, but what I have learned over these 13 years, I mean, just so much information that you wouldn't typically learn unless you were going to school. I really feel like I have a degree in like nutrition, because the amount of information that we get from some of the top specialists and doctors and people in nutrition about plant nutrition and what it does in the body, and just so many different areas of health that it affects is incredible. Brittany mentioned team building, so it's direct sales, but it's selling something that if you can like get passionate about fruits and vegetables, which is really hard not to when you start using it and you start to feel the changes and you start to see the changes within your family, which is what happened with me. I saw significant changes in 2 months with my son. And I was just like, how could I not tell people about this? That would just really be selfish, honestly. And so I just was telling the world, because I was just like, if I'm struggling with my 1-year-old, I know there's a lot of parents out there that are like me, trying to do the best for our kids, but frustrated that they're constantly sick, constantly in a doctor's office. And that had been a vehicle to help me avoid those things. And so I was just telling everyone. And during that time, I was building team. I had people that were just like, oh yeah, I want to share this too. Like, so I now have a team of over 100 people, and it's been amazing to just really build relationship with them, and then just to see how they are helping so much in the community. It is like the domino effect. So there's so many things about the way that Juice Plus is structured, how they do business and how we do business within the company, that just it feels so good. It doesn't feel like a typical, like there's no pressure. There's what you're doing is really helping people change their health, whether they can feel effects or not. We know on a cellular level their health is being changed. It gives you a peace of mind. And then on top of it, one thing that I love that they say is that the more lives that you touch, the bigger your paycheck. And that totally is true. Like the more that you can say, you know, I'm going to go outside of myself and just share this information, because you never know what people are going through. You never know who's going to help. And to see the amount of people whose lives have been changed over these 13 years has been incredible. I mean, I have people that, a child that was diabetic at 5, and her father, who was a friend of mine from high school, put her on it. And within 2 weeks, they noticed changes. They noticed that she needed less insulin in the morning when she woke up. I mean, things like that, it really touches my heart. So I just say all of this to say it has been one of the best decisions I know I have made to join this business. I have never done anything like this prior to Juice Plus, but it has been just such a welcoming community. Everyone locks arms with you. They want to see you win. And from my corporate background, that has not been the case. And so to have this environment has been just one of the best things that I have been a part of. So if you are curious, I say yes, because it really is just like one of the best things that you could possibly do.
I love that, Michelle. I love it. Okay, let's turn it over to Courtney to share her story.
Yeah, hi guys. So loved that share, Michelle. You really nailed it. So many things that just resonated with my heart, my experience. So I've actually been with the company. This summer will be 16 years with the company and eating the Juice Plus products. So I actually was introduced to the products when I was in college, and it was right after I came off of, I was a Division I basketball player, and it was right after I came off of like the worst season of my life. Okay, I was constantly sick and injured, constantly in and out of the training room. And my best friend, roommate, teammate at the time shared with me after this terrible season, hey, you might want to look into these, because I think I've realized this is what has kept me so healthy during this past season. She was the only girl on our team of 15 girls at the Division I level who hadn't missed a single game or even a practice due to illness or injury. the entire year, which is like unheard of at that level because you're demanding so much of your body. And so she showed it to me. I was like, okay, like made sense immediately. Fruits and vegetables, like there's a way for me to get more fruits and vegetables. I was raised in a pretty health conscious home. My dad was a professional athlete. My mom was a dentist. So like and there was like no junk food in our house, no sodas. Like we had a pretty solid, like, hey, we're going to focus on fueling our bodies well. But I had never heard of Juice Plus, and I was actually somewhat personally offended that no one had ever told me about it. I was like, I'm this elite athlete. No one has told me that this was here. So there was that piece of me, but then there was also the piece of me that was like, but why have I never heard of it? And then I started to get a little skeptical, right? Like, what's going on? What's the catch here? So, but then when she showed me all the research, all the legit gold standard research that had been done, and mind you, this was 16 years ago, so there wasn't even nearly as much as there is now, but I saw that research and went, okay, this is legit. I need this. Everybody I love needs this. How do I get it to them? So similar to Michelle, I right away felt this like responsibility to share about it with others because I thought, well, if I had never heard of it, other people don't know and they need to. So I jumped in college. I was a broke college student. I did not have any business signing up to order some of this product. And my husband, who was my boyfriend at the time, was also a collegiate athlete playing baseball. And I wanted us both to be eating this product, but we couldn't afford it. So I really just jumped in with this idea of, look, I know that we want to eat this, and I know I really want to share it with my family. If I could make just enough money by sharing about it to like pay for our own, that would be amazing. So that's what I did. I jumped in. I didn't have time. I did not have the luxury of time availability to add a business to what I was doing. But I just was really efficient with the like 1 hour to 3 hours that I had in a week to really focus on this. And I was able to build myself a paycheck, a residual paycheck of a few $100s every month. In addition to it paying for our product. And as a broke college student, that was like the decision between, do I get gas or groceries this week? You know, like it made that up for me. And that was huge. I stuck with it. And even when we got engaged, got married, went out into the corporate world, got the big girl job after I got my degrees, all of that, I still kind of kept this little thing going on the side because I was passionate about it. And I was really enjoying the community that I was getting to be a part of, everything that I was getting to learn. Like Michelle mentioned, I do feel like I have multiple degrees beyond my 2 degrees just because of having been in this business. And so I learned a lot, and it really became our fun money. So for my husband and I, after we got married, we used my Juice Plus check to buy our first car together. We used my Juice Plus check to plan a huge trip that we wanted to take overseas to see all of my family in England, because that's where my mom's from. It helped us put our down payment on our first property that we purchased. Like it was just this third stream of income for us that we got to kind of mess with and do what we wanted. And it was really fun. Then I became a mom, and we said, I don't think I could fathom going to work 50 plus hours a week doing a job that I didn't totally love and be away from my baby. So this little thing that I'd had in my back pocket became kind of a godsend. I really was struggling with this idea of going back after maternity leave. Oh, my alarm's going off for our next call. So I was able to, with the knowledge of what I could build this business into, I was able to leave that corporate career, and I went full-time mom and full-on entrepreneur at the same time, and was learning how to do both. And it was kind of a mess, and I was, just learning on the fly, like build the airplane on the way down kind of thing, until it started to pick up steam and we started to soar. So I now have an 8-year-old. She's going to be 9 in September, and a 2-year-old who's going to be 3 in July. And I have been able to be home with them for every minute of their lives because of this business. And I also have a husband who is a pastor of a large church, and he has a very demanding schedule. And so being able to work around his craziness has been a gift that I can't say thank you enough for. And then also this business has really kind of freed up time and financial flexibility to give in big ways that we've really wanted to for a very long time. And not to say that it's always been an uphill trend in this business. You know, anyone who's ever been in any type of business knows that there's ebbs and flows for sure. But what I will say is it has also allowed us to venture into some other entrepreneurial things that we're interested in. I'm able to help out with our family farm. I've been able to build some other little side businesses because of what this has taught me and allowed me. So I can't say enough about what we have to offer in terms of bridging the gap in your nutrition and bridging the gap in your finances or your time freedom, your time flexibility. I really, really encourage you, if you haven't taken a serious look yet, definitely do, and talk to the person who invited you to this call. We would love to talk to you a little bit more about that.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you, ladies, so much for sharing. Before we jump off this call, I want to make sure that everybody knows about two different things. First of all, our Healthy Starts program, which is what Courtney was talking about. Courtney utilized that when she first got started. And a lot of us think of the Healthy Starts program as far as, first, let me explain it. An adult can get started with the Juice Plus products, and you can sponsor a child. And often what it is that like mom gets started on the Juice Plus products, and then I get it for free for one of my kids. But also you can do it the way that Courtney did it, where Courtney was in college and she got started on the products, and then she sponsored her now husband, who was her boyfriend. And then he was able to get it for free because he was within that age range of 4 years old to 25 years old, which actually just got extended recently. But take advantage of that. All of us are moms here on this call, I would assume, or you know a mom who probably could utilize this, a mom or a dad, to get more fruits and vegetables into their home. It is literally life-changing. And to be able to get it for free for your kids, like where else can you do that? There's tons of other plant powder and plant fruit and veggie things out there. They are not the same. They do not have a nutrition facts label. They are not NSF certified, and they are not the most researched nutritional product in the world. And you don't get them for free, okay? So take advantage of all of that. That's a lot of goodness to be putting into your home. And then the other thing is, on the business side of things, if anything that Michelle or Courtney said resonated with you, I want to make sure that you know that it's only $10 to get partnered with our company right now. And that sets you up with your own website done for you, all of the training. Like, even if we weren't here to walk you through it, everything that Juice Plus has, as far as like the website and the training, it would take you through everything that you needed. The beauty, though, is that you do have a community in us, and we really do partner and walk alongside you in building this business in the way that you want to. And so if that resonated with you, if that's something that you want to do, make sure that you reach out to us. We really appreciate you making time for this. We know mamas are busy, so we're going to say goodbye right now and just make sure that you get connected with us. All right. Bye, you guys.
Bye, all.